Governor Kisii County, who has joined these leaders, the MCAs, and other leaders from the Kisii County Assembly to also air my voice that on behalf of the Kisii people, we know we have had elections, we have leaders elected, including those of us who are here today. The Honorable Osoro, in his short time as the Chief Whip of the National Assembly, has had violent engagements. One, he drove the doctors in Nduru Health Facility, the hospital, in his constituency, where doctors and workers in the hospital were beaten up by people he engaged himself. That's one. And that's less than 2 months ago. The next time, Osoro had a team that killed a young man, a border rider, in Kisii town, broad daylight. The third one is where Osoro is engaging mourners in a battle, carrying arrows, carrying swords, carrying rungus, stones, and that's in a funeral. He has not offered an explanation how mourners could be carrying arrows. Arrows are crude weapons that are not found where people are getting one of them buried. The question we have here is Osoro as a chief whip allowed by law to engage people in violent activities? Doctors were beaten up. The people were arrested. Osoro released them on his own bond. He had sworn in full view of the public that even if they are arrested, he will again have them released, which he did. The doctors, we have sent them back to the hospital, which was closed for over a month. The second one is the dead boy who has been buried. Then this one of the funeral. The challenge here is, Kithure Kindiki, you have your officers on the ground. You have a commander in the county, police commander. You have the OSPD, whom has been transferred by a word from Osoro. Let him be transferred because he didn't protect Osoro so that either the governor and anyone else be injured in the battle. Osoro is misrepresenting the government if he's a chief whip of the National Assembly. I even don't remember the chief whip who served with me in the 10th Parliament when I was an MP. So how long would it take for Osoro to be forgotten that he was a chief whip? He has been there for a few months. And he's simply blowing a trumpet that is a chief whip. Being a chief whip, there are several others who live around in Kenya and who behaved well than what we are seeing from Osoro. He's actually giving us, as Kisii, a very bad image in the country. That instead of using your position to help, to give order, to assist people see an orderly leader, you come and sit down among the mourners, and that time you have already engaged people to throw arrows because you have to take cover. You are down there when arrows are flying up there. This must stop. I'm appealing to my friend, His Excellency William Ruto, that this individual called Osoro is not the only one who will represent your interests in Kisii. All of us are there. We are politicians of a better measure than Osoro's. Don't be misrepresented by Osoro. Osoro is giving UDA a bad image. It cannot be the president's interest to have people in violent engagements, including in funerals. Either Osoro keeps to his job as chief whip, or you remove him so that he's able to come and engage us in Kisii without being a chief whip. I think Osoro has misunderstood the title and the position he has been given as chief whip. He believes a chief whip is to pit people around, pit them around, so that's when you are a whip. You are not whipping anybody. It's not by carrying a rungo or an arrow to beat. You are a whip to mobilize parliamentarians to go to the assembly and make them work on the agenda given by the government. But Osoro is misunderstanding. I think, I don't want to call him a goon. He's a young man who is misbehaving with the power, the real power he has been given. It's not so much power. If you are a whip in the assembly, you have only the few MPs you are supposed to whip. To mobilize Osoro, whipping is not beating. It's mobilizing, sensitizing the MPs to be in the parliament. And do the agenda as directed by the government. Now, if you draw your power and take it to Kisii to exercise it, I'm appealing to Kindiki and the Koome as the Inspector General. Please stop Osoro from what he's doing. We have given 24 hours. If nothing happens, we shall run on our own. And we are saying we shall run on our own. And Osoro, I'm inviting you to Kisii. Come again and repeat what you did. If you think you know much about violence, you are welcome, come again. Thank you very much. You want to stop there.